We have two of the fastest GGers in the history of AoE4 here. In the north, it is none other than Fei Chan of infamous, oh my god, we're in a mirror. GG at 0 minutes into the game playing as the Roost. No mirror here though, because we've got one of our community members clashing with the fabled Fei on the ladder. It is Faplop of Custom Game Glory. You guys might recall seeing Faplop in some of our custom FFA clashes, even in that infamous one where we have a player die in 2 minutes. No payouts for guessing who the player was who died in 2 minutes. Hopefully not in this game, though. Playing as the HRE, it might be a hard game for him, though. I've got to say, this is a pretty hard counter for HRE. Rus are really good at dealing with the Roman Empire. The reason is that when the HRE try to play for the relics, they can't. And the reason is it's very simple for a Rus player to go 2TC and then walk villagers out to Palisade Wall. And Palisade Walls, 4 or 5 Palisade Walls at least, are quite frankly flat out broken. Like, of all the elements that you can just add into the Rus arsenal, you know, some of them you can kind of forgive or make sense of. To me, to this day, 4 or 5 Palisade Walls makes the least sense. For some reason, a wall that has double the health of a standard wall costs the same as a standard wall, but builds 33% faster. Yeah, I'm just going to let you guys all learn that. Oh, wow. And what the wait, Faye, what? But you could have built right there. I mean, it's still half a tower, right? But I mean, you could. So, this is already a really weird build, by the way, guys, because Faye is on gold. Faplop, are you that glorious of a tactician that Faye saw your name and then immediately said, no way am I going to be able to out-micro the fabled Faplop. I have to shy away from the deer battle because he is simply a god amongst men. Or, other possibility, she's like Lamau, he built a second scout. I'm just going to... 80 Bunty sounds like a stretch, mate. She hasn't even... What? She scouted her deer and then didn't kill them. What the f... I'm so confused right now. Oh no. Wait, how late was this in the evening for Faye? I have to do an even check here. It's still gonna be 2 TC as well, right? Like, is she gonna shove the deer in? She's legit shoving the deer in, isn't she? No, this is Fablop. Like, Fablop's not even killing. I'm confused by both of you right now. Anyway, Fablop, we haven't talked about the ranks on these guys, right? Because I know we're getting rank elitist. So Fablop is actually Diamond 2. They're ranked 2,352nd rather in the world with 1,331 elo. They're a Diamond player. If that wasn't obvious, I'm going to again look at these deer. On the other side, though, Faye, substantially higher rank, right? 74th in the world, conk free with 1,832 elo. So fair to say that she's quite favored here. But I'm been told that this game has some spins. This has some twists, which is why I have to check in on it. I wasn't having the results spoiled too much to me, but apparently this is a game that would seem to be a lot closer than a 500 elo difference. Myriad is here to learn about the new build. Myriad, have you experienced the 1 scout roost build where you ignore the deer right next to your base? It's on the rise. It's early days. A little bit more experimentation, but we're working on it. A very, very innovative build coming through. I don't even know what Phase Scout is doing at this point. Looking for sheep. Oh, okay. We're going to find a wolf at least. So some extra bunties are going to be coming through. So this is what? Second TC probably on the deer, and then fast castle. Legit though, guys, this is usually meant to be a very Roost-favored matchup. Especially with what Faplop is doing, because he's rushing castle. Wait, did she not find... Oh my god, dude. Faye, I think it's time to change sponsorship, my dear. I think it's time for you to try out some Protein Works nootropics. Oh. Okay, you both have questions answered. I don't know how Sheep is still even here at the back after all this time. Early farm's coming in here, so Faplop is prepping himself for that late game eco, but this is 100% a Castle Rush. He's not going to build a single unit before age 3. She's ignoring them on purpose? No, dude, her bounty isn't going to be 0 because she came over here and killed these deer, right? And it looks like we've got a TC drop coming in. So Faye is securing the deer as anticipated here. I think we just fast castle now, right? There's no pressure point here. Your opponent has walled the backside. He should, in theory, be building an outpost on his gold. Notice Faplop has not done that. It's definitely not because he forgot to. It's because he's an optimal min-max gamer. And he knows he ain't got to worry about no knights. 50-50. It's one or the other. Yeah, so one thing that Faplop should be doing right now is constantly scouting the enemy base because you want to see if there's a stable drop coming. Because if there's a stable drop coming, you may need to just consider investing in outposts. But now that he looks in, because he's seeing nothing here, he should feel quite comfortable, right? Like, realistically, you need the other scout on the east side here because you can't run around the back of the Kremlin without risking getting slapped. Oh, you had a show match? I didn't know about that. Yeah, guys, like, if all the pros in the chat, if you're having show matches, hit me up. I am always up for more competitive series. We might have to check that out after this. And here's the wall that we talked about. So this is why typically the Rus are really favored here. Right? You just can't break through. And what is up? Is that Mr. Kazvi I see in my chat? See you, my friend. It's been a while. I'll have to get good old Kaz in some show matches, maybe. Getting prepped for next month for the Red Bull qualifiers. Wink, wink. Wait, it's a Burgrave build? Okay, that's really cool. I really like that. That's actually really cool. I don't know if this is in honor of Kaz for turning up our chat, but this is a really cool build. I don't like the stables. I think this is kind of unnecessary, but the Men-at-Arms is pretty cool because this will give you a way of burning through to get the relics, right? Like, Regnitz is cool in theory, but if all relics are blocked from you, Regnitz is worthless. Now, in theory, if Faplop scouted, he would have seen he could have actually still grabbed 2 relics without walls being in the way. But you can't guarantee that, right? Like, as soon as you see one of these being walled, you've got to assume there's multiple villagers running around, walling them off. Dude, this game is so odd. I'm wondering what the Horseman fort is for Faplop. Was he really worried that he was going to be up against crossbows? I mean, like, Faye's at least 2 minutes away from teching up, right? Well, now probably 1 with a rush. So, I can't really explain to you guys why he's got a Horseman here. I guess it's a way of spending surplus resource before attack, but whenever you get Burgrave, you're fine. And, ooh, yeah, little tip here. What you've done here, Faplop, not optimal. You should be pumping the knights, the Men-at-Arms first, because right now what you've done is you've delayed the arrival time of the Men-at-Arms in the enemy base. There is no reason to build the tech upgrade first over the unit. Because you only need the upgrade first if the units aren't in position. Then again, I guess if you're just going to stand your Men-at-Arms there not moving, it doesn't matter. Yeah, another kind of intriguing detail with that is that torch damage is attached to age, not the veterancy. So you don't even need the veterancy to get more torch damage. Ah, so the Horseman is to cut off the villager. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of okay. It doesn't seem to have worked out, but it's a cool idea in theory. I think if you want to make that play, you make it earlier in the age, though. You don't make it while you're aging up. Like, this is doing it as you're castling is way too late. These horsemen are drunk, I swear. Faye is just playing mind games like, oh, I'm coming, I'm going, I'm coming, I'm going. Serpentine, serpentine. Yeah, the death strike. And now the slow siege begins. So Men-at-Arms now on the way. But you see what I'm talking about with this MAA. You could have had 2 already in the enemy base. Like, even if you disregard the fact you just stood there, right? Like, pumping them out sooner, I mean, you have to move for it to be valuable, but that's another optimization. When you get this play right, you'll understand the player's rally point in the enemy base, queue 3 to 5 Men-at-Arms, Then Q upgrade afterwards. Meantime, though, men-at-arms have arrived in the enemy base. Faplop with the dive here. Faye is ready for a tech up, but she might be limited in options here. Wait, why is she building that? Now, something you have to keep in mind is we are watching Faye, and yes, the comments in chat I think are going to be on the mark. It's Faye. There is a high probability we are looking at mass horse archers, which in theory isn't terrible against men-at-arms, right? Because you can kite them. Divin's definitely achieving a lot of other time here. Faye, it's horse archers. Like it's a triple archery range build. You'd think logically that has to be crossbows, right? I'm not convinced. I mean, in theory, with her gold count, it should be. There it is. The most Fayeest of Faye things. Horse archers now on the way. TC almost down though. I mean, Fablop's in a pretty good position here. More fortified walls coming in. I don't think so, though. Is Faye just dead? I mean, Fablop, he's on point with this, right? He got the blacksmiths, he got the +2 upgrade. Our boy is doing it. This is now being struck at as well. I mean, the Kremlin should be decent as a defense, so Fablop just needs to be careful not to dive there. I think that's the one way you lose this. In fact, right now, if Fablop was to switch over to just like Horseman, which he can afford to a certain degree, and he already has the infrastructure for, this is still an easy way to win fights. Love the fact that we've just got the monk fighting right now, just giving the blessing across. And remember that part where I said, like, there's one thing here you shouldn't be diving? Yeah, we done it. Oh, he went underneath the Kremlin. Keep in mind another difficulty in this game now for Fablop. He still has to burn through the walls to get these relics, right? That's going to idle up a lot of military when he needs to be hunting. Wish Knight finds a pristine target over here. Moving out into the deer is going to be denied. Faye not finding the food she's looking for. Dive into the main continues. More villagers going down, and Faye's entire eco lead has evaporated. Okay. And behind this, Fablop now starting to return relics as well, right? One in the bank. Sacred Sight's also being locked in. Who's believing right now? Twos if you believe in the power of Fablop. Ones if Faye's going to lock this out with horse archers. If you're pressing one, how many drinks in are Life continues here. Faye, she has actually idled out inside the Kremlin now, so a lot of firepower coming through. This should be enough to reset and protect her on the backside, but this game is looking very uncomfortable, very claustrophobic right now for Faye. Remember the scouts plus warrior monks in the initial seasons? Oh yeah, well, it wasn't about that. It was about you had scouts with warrior monks to be a front line. They weren't really for damage, but they really were effective at tanking for the horse archer backline. That build was insane, and it worked because you could scale scouts without adding in additional production buildings, right? You just already had a cabin for it. So you're now coming in. No maces needed, right? Like, you're not up against heavy cav at all. You won't be up against men-at-arms ever because yours are just better. But we'll be able to stabilize it for the moment. Things have slowed down for Fablop, and his farm count is underwhelming here. Oh, wow. Yeah, he thinks the game's going to end soon. There's no other reason you go into a deal like this. You're trying to close the game by 20 minutes with this build. Just not sure if 20 minutes is feasible. Especially with just free prolets, right? You're not actually buffing your economy at all. So this is just a normal civ at this stage. So all of a sudden that 38 to 46 eco situation isn't as dire as for Faye as it usually should feel at the stage, right? Because it's not a 20 farm Arkin with everyone still under here. Might be changing into that soon though. Gold has already been exhausted, so there's going to be a shift away there. Relics really need to start being grabbed here. Scouts for 60 food from cabin? Yeah, they used to be, you think you're correct there, I think they used to be 60. I think, did they used to produce in 20 seconds instead of 25? No, I think it was always 25 there. but I do recall scouts being cheaper. Damn, those were the days. Who remembers the Mongol scout rush? I still remember watching Xiao do that build a few times. It's bloody effective. Hey, that was peak early day Mongol gameplay. Was Xiao versus Dumu every day. Those two were unhinged in the Mongol game count. I'm grinding out here. The problem is, if you break that wall, you don't come back out, right? You have to wait for the archers to clear this up. Actually, that does seem to be likely to happen here. Faye come around the back now with the horse archers, so this has turned into kind of a bit of a bait. Faplop splits his troops up. And now you have the open terrain to kind of run and gun back towards your base while clearing them up. Well played. That was really important by Faye because this now secures the left side a bit and also shrinks the military count. I say that, but Faye is off the mark on defending here. No, just keep running, keep running! Well, that was meant to be another relic going the way of Faye, but somehow we dropped the ball on it. Or dropped the relic, really, if we're being totally honest. You know, I do start to wonder, would it be more cost efficient for Faplop to just switch Spearman here? I feel like Spearman is just a lot better now than the Men-at-Arms, right? Because you get a lot more of them out, and you're kind of struggling to have mass food right now. It also would give you additional movement speed to chase down these horse archers. Like, when you charge with the Spearman, you move quicker than horse archers do. That's not how it works with Men-at-Arms, though, right? Men-at-Arms are just slower. Oh my god, dude. Faye, that was such a blunder. Relic now on the way home. I mean, that's the worst case scenario, right? The moment the relics are in the equation, you can't just kite, because now you have to fight towards something. And that cost her dearly. Horse archer count is kept down. Men-at-Arms continue to maintain the lead. 3 sacred sites are still locked in, and we are just 7 minutes away from a grand old upset here. A top 100 player is getting handled by a diamond level player in a matchup where the conch level player is favored. Not because of rank, but also because of Sith. This is wild. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is like one of the hardest counters for the H3 as well. I'm trying to think of ones that are harder than this. This is up there, though. I'd say like top 4 hardest counters. Right? Yeah, I'm looking at H3's win rates. The only ones that are worse in this patch is against Yuji. That's the only one. They sit at a 30% win rate against Yuji, and they sit at a 32.3% win rate against Rus in high-level conch games. And then there's only 3 other civs that have a negative win rate against. Pretty wild. Double mango as well. Wait, Faye doesn't have an answer to that at all. Dude, this is Fab. Like right now, he's like, this is peak me, baby. People are gonna know my name. Gone are the days that they recall me for losing in a free-for-all in 2 minutes. This is my legacy. Marvel in his glory. Knight's now being scaled into as well. Farm count is up, baby. We're up to what, 15? 16 farms. This is tough now for Faye. I mean, at this stage, I think you just go for the economy, right? Like, you can't fight the main army. The problem is, if you dive the enemy eco, they're going to dive yours, right? And no, we won't look at the bounty, because if we look at the bounty, it spoils the outcome of the game. So, don't at me, at Microsoft, at Captrage, and ask them what give. Ooh, did he? Okay, she got the decap. So, Sacred Site timer is at least gone. But we have a bigger problem on the way, guys. Fablop. He's prepping for him. 2 Knights are going to dive in the meantime. So we have got a 3-2 relic split. That is at least something that is going to favor Faye, because remember, this was not a Regnant play. This was indeed a Burgrave. However, she has a bigger problem. this is 100% Love Hotel territory. Palace of Swabia is about to be triggered. And has he got the defenses ready? Is what I'm wondering. It looks like it's a no. So Fablop really just putting everything into attack right now. There is a risk he gets dove here. He might actually beat Faye to the punchline if he keeps on marching. Ooh. So usually you're meant to like defend when you want to tech up. This is a little tip for Fablop. When you're in this position, yes, you are meant to be defending, but you're so far out of position. Arguably, it might just be better to go into the enemy economy with at least, I'd say, 10 men at arms. But yeah, you're very out of position for what you're really doing here. This can be kind of a feigned play because sometimes when people see you this far ahead, in terms of positioning on the map, they don't assume you're attacking. But it's a double-edged sword against things like horse archers, right? Like these units move so quickly, they can go back and hunt your economy now. And oh yeah, Faye actually went back for a second TC after the first extension got burnt. But she only done it very recently, and that's why you see the eco situation like it is. Tech up complete. Faye now needs to dive in and do some damage. Villagers on the goal line. First to be hit up here, Fablop. This is the mistake we were talking about, right? If he'd been in position, these horse archers couldn't have done this. Instead, it turns into a massacre. Several villagers going down. That's 8 dead. Wonderful. And yes, Swabia's on the other side of the tree line, so pretty far back here. Mango does at least get a free wallop out. One of the big problems for Faye right now, she just doesn't have anything behind this though, right? Like, you know, she just went for a TC. Farm count isn't insane. She needs to just keep killing, right? She needs to buy minutes in this game. Horse archers. If they idle the farms here, this could be big. Unfortunately, what Faye doesn't realize is Fablop's already stockpiled up 1,600 food because he's forgetting to spend it. He's so focused on chasing the horse archers, he's not actually been doing anything. Except queuing up a lot of villages. This game is weird. This is Fablop's like APM priority right now. Click, 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 click. It's like get that scout, get that scout, get that scout. He should really be prepping the next wave though. Elite tech is now in, so these men at arms are nigh on untouchable. More mangoes getting queued. Face going on. What is that warrior monk count? Oh my god. No, this is the evolution. People were talking earlier about the old school scout frontline build. This is the new one. We're going to have scouts, but we're going to have basically a 50-50 ratio of scout to warrior monk. Yeah, how are there still wolves alive at this stage? Can we just respect these two players for not, you know, being cruel to the wildlife? What a blessings. We're starting to get up though. I mean, if Faye doesn't find a way to tech up in the next 2 minutes, I think this is over. Because her true enemy has arrived. Wolves. When you play pseudo-Mongols, it turns out wolves is the only thing you need to be brought to a halt. The man goes, oh my god, Faye, no! What? The dock! There is no dock in a rock like that. Good god. Heavy hit there, and now military lead firmly in the grips of Fablop. Third TC now getting added in by Faye at home. Men at arms have started to reach the base though, and that's going to reveal the detail. I mean, at this stage, you either beeline, you just get EAT and go, right? I think Fablop, like elite army tactics is high value here. Gold-wise, you've got the 4K vein on the flank now. You've still got plenty over here. So if you just rush elite army tactics, you can just full-on ape send it into the enemy base. There isn't really much to resist you now. Fablop's like, no, I must build more men at arms. Yeah, also, this TC is still worth using, by the way. Yeah, I was starting to wonder why your eco lead hasn't inflated. There's definitely been a few tricks missed here. You are starting to constrict a bit. We've got a flank raid coming in, but it's 5 torches. Like, realistically, you should be able to get a second wave together to contest this. Outpost being built up by 1. Fablop needs to start the dive. So what Faye's trying to do right now is just buy time. She needs you in your own base to get her tech up. Because if she can get into the Imperial Age, that's where you can beat HRE quite convincingly. Right, like Streltsy, very tanky horseman to front line, siege advantage, all these details. But right now, Fablop, a dominant siege advantage. Militia Pool is going to be depressing to watch here. And here come the Horse Archers! To dive? Dive, that's the word. Moving in. 2-man goes down, third to fall. Okay, so Faye actually gets the mop up on the siege here. Does come at a high price though. Pombard trying to snipe out the Monk with the relic here. What a drive-by. I can't believe Faye just done that. Warlord's coming in. Fablop is going to have to retreat away. The pushes! Oh! Faye was doing that intentionally as well. This, not so much. I think that's more an accident. 2 relics on the ground. Oh my god. Horse Archers only against a diamond player. I mean, the narrative writes itself. Warlord's going to come in. Fablop. What?
Now you're my shield.
Oh my god. Half the army had turncoated here. Voldemort, that raid came in at the perfect time. Welcome one and all to a Kong Diamond Showdown. Fablop may have just shown his rank a bit too much there. What a grab. Faye, is it going to be enough to stabilize her though, right? She's still an age behind here. And now Fablop has remembered that producing units at your TCs is important. He did remember. Now he's forgotten. Oh no. The immediate recalibration. Oh my god. What an absurd game. Dude, this game should have been over. Now Fablop's like, okay, if he wants my men-at-arms, time for hand cannoneers. That's a pretty lofty switch. For a guy who's only at 86 economy as well. With limited gold access in the corner and the rest on the front line. Against mass Horse Archers, right? I just love the fact that the only time you can get Faye to switch her composition is when she wall-lolls an army. Imagine if she just wall-lolled it and deleted it because it doesn't fit the theme, you know? Now it looks like Fablop is starting to take the Horse Archer threat seriously. We've got Stonewalls, right? Yep, they're coming in big. Almost as big as that nice little notification that you guys haven't checked out Pro Team Works yet. I mean, they are sponsoring us for the 2nd month in a row. You know, I think if Fablop had consumed his daily dose of nootropics from them, he probably would have been switched on enough to dodge the wall and also produce additional villagers. That's just my thoughts, though. Men-at-arms being thrown away. No, Faye. You finally have a front line. Use it. Not. Oh, no. So really, that wall, it saved her from dying, but it hasn't really added anything into her pump here. She's once again going to be outnumbered. It's almost like the Horse Archers may be hurting you here. More than helping you. I can say that as loudly as I want, and I know Faye will still never listen. Like, what do you mean? Horse Archers is always the right answer. Yes, Faye. Yeah, right? Like, what's the rule? If it isn't on a horse, it has to go? Wait, so why she got springles now? That's illegal. I can see it already. She'll kite to dodge the men-at-arms, and then the springles will be left behind. I mean, Fablop is burning a lot of time chasing this, right? So, like, it's not too bad of a situation for Faye. I just still don't see where the age up comes in. Maybe once she reaches pop. This game probably should have been over about 5 minutes ago, by the way. But once again... Oh, Fat Flop. Buddy. We got to talk about these TCs. They're your friend, man. This Palace of Swabi is like that life partner is like, I want to have a kid. And Fat Flop's like, maybe next year. I need a little bit of time to think about it. You know, I'm not ready to be a daddy. Should be a daddy to grand old 140 right now, not 103. Dive on the keep, Fat Flop. Wait, what? When did this snake up? Faye, creeping out for the 8k vein now. And here they come, the true heroes, the scouts. That dive in to kill the hand cannoneers may have done more damage than good. That's not true. He is producing military units. He's building a whole 11 of them with his 4k food. Yeah, gold seems to be a little bit of a problem right now for Fat Flop. Not gold access, but gold gathering. Man is microing? Wait, wait. HRE plays micro? I thought they just A-click the ground. "15 HRE pickers in the chat just got deeply offended. Before then pausing and then nodding in acknowledgement. Like, yeah, that's us. I mean, it's kind of weird that we're not seeing a horseman transition, right? Like, Fat Flop, he's true to the HRE ways. Only 2 legs are welcome in this kingdom. But the idea of cavalry seems to disgust him at this stage. It's almost like they've had an agreement here. Faye's like, I will build cav, but you must build footmen. You look at the fact you're playing HRE, you're like, deal. Absolute deal. Keep now starting to be sieged. Looks like men-at-arms are going to try to dive in for this. Yeah, kind of interesting, right? Like, the Saint's Blessing actually also helps make the Springles harder to kill with the +1 armor. This is basically 2-legged versus 4-legged. Because even the Springles, if you think about it, have, like, not legs, but 4 of the thing that makes them move, right? So this is technically a 2-leg versus 4-leg. What is this game? Hand Cannoneers getting the freebie though. Springles get thrown away. And Bombard, I don't know how that didn't finish it off. What? Was that 1 HP? Oh my god. She actually kept it up. I don't even know how. That's a miracle keep right there. That should have been dead twice over. 15 villagers come to the rescue. And Fat Flop now going mass rounds. This game is the game that keeps on cooking. So, who wants to predict the finish time? We going for an hour? 2 hours? Like, usually in these type of games, you would switch Horseman, by the way, if you're playing HRE. Yeah, you'd roll like Hillberries. This is why you get banned from the chat. Like, you know, you're trying to roll with horses, and that breaches the gentleman agreement. Okay? This is an honorary duel between NA's finest and FFA's quick outer. But he will not go quietly into that Dark Knight today. What was the agreement? 2 feet versus 4. Now, you're about to say Rams breached that agreement, but I disagree. There's secretly a bunch of 2 legs underneath that thing pushing it forward. Dive in on the villagers. And a dive past. Rams are going to follow this up. Faye. Well, now she kind of has a problem. She actually doesn't have anything to easily kill Rams. And arms are going to get ready to dive in. Hand cannoneer wave now up to 20 here. And with the castle going down, Faye is in a rush to try and get more keeps up behind this. I just don't think it's going to be happening. I think this is the convergence point we've been looking for. Fat Flop finally able to wield the true power of Imperial here. Marches in. Spring will count down to 2, but that really just doesn't matter anymore. Mangoes are trying to come out to counter, but with a lack of siege works due to the fact you're only in age 3, hand cannoneers can snipe those out. In fact, the men-at-arms are going to dive in as well. Faplop, are we... I swear, like a third or a quarter of this Palace of Swabia's existence, it has not been building villages. And yet he's still winning the game. Krakeny is just going to appear out of nowhere and use this as proof of why it needs to be nerfed. Oh my god, what a game. Men-at-Arms hand cannoneers. Plow on through, baby. And Faye's strategy has fallen apart. The Horse Archer count is down to 17. This game is over. All he needs to do now is pull the trigger and realize, yes! There's my boy! Faplop, let this be a lesson to the Kong level players. All you people sit in your base building your production buildings. Take a note from a diamond. Got to build it in the center of the map. Got to get those boys there faster. Reinforcements should be arriving quite quickly here. Faye has rebolted up to 24 of these Horse Archers, but I got a feeling it ain't going to be enough. I mean, it's 29 hand cannoneers now, right? We can't delude ourselves any longer with this. Marches in again. I love the Rams just going for the mining camp. Like, you know, just the biggest, most unbelievable gold imaginable. Oi, oi, oi. So, is Faye just on a mission to get Horse Archers buffed? No, no, we don't go there, guys. Faplop played like a Giga Chad. That's why he wins. And win he will. Diamond takes down Conk. Elo is just a number.